it is yet another amazing evening that we are here. We are coming to you from Elevate TV studios, and we are excited. Today we are going to be talking about an amazing topic. Today, leo ndio ile siku yenye tunaongelea transitioning. How do you transition from being single to being married? And how easy is it? Saa zingine tunaangalianga, you think it is very easy. It is just a click of a button and everything is just okay. So today I have people in this studio, and I have my personal person. You know, those personal persons. Yeah? So I am so excited today for this show. Do not touch that dial at any one point. Make sure that you engage with us on all our social media platforms, and the numbers flowing on the screen. If you have any question, just throw it there and we will respond to you. If you have any comment that you want to leave, or you want someone to talk to, all the numbers that are going on the screen, just call them, reach us on all our social media platforms, and someone will respond to you. So today, as I have said, we have a topic on how to transition. And who better to explain this topic than people who are married not very long ago, because they are still in the transitioning phase. You have asked for them, I have brought them. So help me invite my wonderful people that are here. Karibuni sana. Today we are going to have a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much.
We are going to talk and talk. Tuiseme venye iko. So I want to start from my beautiful wife here. Just introduce yourself to our viewers. Tell them who you are, what you do, then tuendelee hivyo hadi kwa haposta.
My name is Mercy Kanjagwa. I'm this beautiful wife to this handsome man, and I'm married. I've been married for, this is our 4th year, and my profession is tour consultant. And of course, I'm looking forward to this discussion today.
Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Laurie Sirere. Mrs. Daniel Nganga. We are married for 3 years. I guess this is the 3rd year we are entering. I'm a wife and a mother of this month's kids.
Umesikia your introduction, but do not be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. The very reason I am here on this show, I just want to hear Peter Kanjagwa and Mercy Kanjagwa's story. But I am Daniel Nganga. People call me Danny Gift. So mimi niko hapa kusikia story na kujua wali transition aje.
Transitioning is a phase. Yes. It does not just happen. It takes phases, it takes steps. So leo ni siku ya kuongea. We say things in our Greek language, tunasemanga shararuku. So today it is shararuking. So thank you very much guys for coming on set for today's show. I know the viewers will really enjoy the show, and we will have a very constructive discussion. So wacha nisianze hapa. Wacha tuanze kule, because the gift is waiting for here. Let us start with Danny Gift, because you are the one who is waiting sana.
Yes.
Transitioning. Kuacha kukua kijana.
Boys.
You know, ukiwa boys kuna ile freedom, unatakanga ufanya vitu venye unataka. Then all of a sudden you have someone in the house and everything changes. Rules zinakuanga zimeandikwa pale kwa ukuta. And it happens in almost every house. So for you, how has the transition been?
Umetoka wapi? Uko wapi? Babe unakula? Unakuja saa ngapi? You know, too much questions. Unajua ukiwa boys hakuna mtu anakuuliza unaingia kwa house saa ngapi? Ati you know this question of unakula, hakuna swali ngumu kama unakula. You start thinking chapati nini, you know, but so it is not easy, basically what I'm saying, because you enter into a new area of that you've never been there before. You've never been with this person before. You've never been married before. You know, totally from a different background. You know, they have different way of doing things, different expectations. Alafu boom, in the house with that person. I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it takes the grace of God, the anointing of God. It takes you to pray. It takes you to compromise a lot of things. But if all these things are shaped by love, they are on a foundation called love, everything else becomes possible. And especially if you have a manual of love. You know, the manual of love is not people. You know, kama my boys, we are told a lot of things, you know, before you get married. Kuwa ni stress, kuwa ni kukaliwa, kuwa you lose freedom, you know, someone asking you, oh, you can't go out with your boys. You know, there is a lot of manual that are that we are given before we get married that are wrong. But you know, God is love.
Yes.
You know, so the manual that we have as men, we were told, man, love your wife. And we don't know where else to look for love unless we consult God himself, who is love himself. So how does God love? It is not, that is I usually tell people the hardest task a man was given was to love. Because basically God was trying to tell man, I want you to be like me in that family. How I love. And when you imagine the love of God, how immeasurable it is, you know, how unfailing it is, how unconditional it is, you know, him loving mankind when we were the one on the wrong. You know, we wronged, but he never waited for us to go to him and ask for forgiveness. He gave in advance, you know, and gave as a sacrifice out of love, so that we might be redeemed. Now you imagine a man being expected to act like God in that. So it is not easy. Basically, it's not easy, but it is possible.
It is very possible.
Yes.
But let me bring it to the ladies. You know, my mentor, Mr. T, says, ladies are like social media. You need to update them every time.
Yes.
I'm scooter. Lazima keep refreshing. Ninataka kuvuka barabara. Babe, ninataka kukula. Nataka kumeza mate.
Niko na.
You need to keep updating. So for you, Lori, transitioning kutoka kuwa dem. I don't know.
Unaruka. Oh, pole, mi si host wa show, lakini masi. Oh,
Lori.
Yes.
Transitioning imekuwa aje?
Si rahisi sana na si ngumu sana. Because me, I was that girl, party girl. So meeting this guy, church manenos, it was a bit hard. Dressing codes.
Lazima ubadilishe.
Lazima change, man. So and then me, I'm an organized girl. As in, kama kikombe inafaa kuwa hapa, inafaa kuwa hapa. Ukitoa urudishe hapo. So that has been a song up to today, but at least I can see some people are changing.
They are changing, yeah?
Yes.
Hebu tutarudia hiyo story ya kikombe so that we know how easy it has been. For you, Mrs. Kanjagwa, you are married to one man.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
How has transitioning been from singlehood ukuje his side?
Now, people, it's an opportunity to know your host. So,
oh my goodness. Please do not ban.
Okay, so generally I tend to think that transition for Christian marriages are harder than any other, because for one, if you're brought up in a very strict Christian background where you don't involve yourself with men before, where you don't involve yourself with dirty relationships before, now it's a first time for you actually to move in with this person, to get into their lives completely. So I tend to think it is hard because now you have to accommodate another second person in your life. For me, it was the hardest. I would not lie. I would be very honest. It was not an easy one because, for one, I had to tell myself every day, to remind myself, I am under an authority. That is one thing I know most girls would agree they struggle with, especially firstborns. Because for one, you have only been under authority of your father, now my biological dad, then a spiritual father, whereby it's not hard. You don't have to live with them. In fact, it's an option. You can choose to walk out of your home. You can choose to, you see your spiritual father maybe 2 times a week, but now you're entering into marriage with this man you have to see from morning to evening. I tell you, it was the hardest part of my life. Yeah, and he's not a bad man. It's the fact that I've never been with a man before. I've never lived actually with a man before. I have seen men before, but I've never lived with them. So I didn't know what routine men have. I didn't know what are their struggles at home. Kwa sababu, if I remember very well, our dating period, I think it was only the hotel. And you see this person very dressed up. You don't know them with a vest. You don't know them well. Wakikula chakula sahani ya pili. Unajua hotel, it's only one plate. Yeah. But I tell you, after some years, you always enter into rest. But don't lie to yourself. It's not easy. It might be easy for some. But I believe if you're a Christian girl who has been brought up, you've never lived with any man, it's not as easy as you think. And of course, being a firstborn now, I'm a responsible girl. I own up to responsibility. Now you meet with a man. If you're not well taught, you might think he's your responsibility, you act as a mother. Because I have now to behave. I have a younger brother. I have a younger brother who I'm responsible for him. But now when it comes to my husband, I have to be under an authority. Hata kama mimi ni firstborn, hata kama niko na miaka 50, I have to be under an authority. So for me, it was a challenge. In fact, I used to, it's a funny story because I used to pick some placards, I put them on the wall for my master bathroom. I put them on the tap. So I have to wake up in the morning. I used to wake up and read, Mercy, you're a wife, you're under an authority. To remind myself so that I pick to the routine very fast. Yeah, but I entered into rest finally.
For those ones that are married to firstborns out there, you will agree with me, especially when the firstborn has a younger brother. Hey, Jesus is Lord. What happens is,
like
you know, yes, actually what happens is you become a younger brother
to them.
Yes, because they are used to giving instructions. Osha hapo, store here hapo, fagia hapo. So when it gets to marriage, especially when the two of you are firstborns, now it becomes even worse because...
Now tell us your story. You know, now you are our host, but now we are also, our viewers are eager to know. Now, you're married to a firstborn.
Yes.
And now you're in the house. So how was it for you to transition?
You have decided to change the tables on me. It's all right. So what happens is, for me, it was not very easy. Growing up, I was brought up with an elder sister who used to give instructions. Anakuambia, hapa nataka kupata pamepanguzwa. Then in the evening, haujapanguza, anakuja anakupigia kelele na bado utapanguza, you know. So it gets to that point where now I have married a firstborn who comes into the house and the same things I was running away. Unajua ukiwa unakwanga ukipotelea. The things that you were running away from, you find them again in the house. So unapata in her nature, without her knowing, unapata ameketi chini anasema, na leo jioni wewe unaosha vyombo. Unasema, kwani we changed? What happened? You see? But the discussion, what I have learned over time, it matters transitioning and moving from being single and now getting to marriage is the importance of talking. Kwa sababu mimi kama mimi, I used to sit, I understand. I have an elder sister, so I understand. Your tone ni ya brother mdogo. Now I sit her down and I tell her, there's this statement you have made.
Unaguruma.
Unatoa. Unamwambia there's this statement you have made and you have made to your younger brother. Now, twist that statement, give it to your husband. It was not very easy. And I think it is still a learning process for both of us. Because sometimes hata mimi, natakanga ile I have an elder sister, so you can also be an elder sister. Zile responsibilities zile zenye, yes, you are the man of the house, and there are things that you are supposed to do, there are things that are your responsibility, but unataka tu ile si yako na anajua kuifanya, so you unaamua tu kudelegate.
Lakini heri wewe. Sasa sisi ma last born sasa.
Sasa last born it becomes even worse.
I am the last born, so usichome.
So ebu tuambie wewe, for you as a last born, as a last born. Wacha hata tusikuje kwako kwanza. Wewe kwanza, wewe ndio unafaa Lori is supposed to tell us.
All of a sudden nimepata sauti.
She's the one who is going to tell us. Getting married to a last born.
Let me advise the viewers first. Don't.
Where will they go?
Don't.
Unasema my last born manzo waende wapi? Wasioe. Na wewe umeoa last born. Acha kupoteza.
For me it takes the grace of God.
Jesus.
Hapo kuna grace enough, sufficient one. Hey. Last borns. You know last born ni watoto wa mom. So they will sit like this. The remote is there. Babe, umeona remote? Uko like uamke hapo ukuje hapa umpe remote. And then once you give him is like hata ungeniambia iko hapo ningechukua au which angechukua. So last borns are worse than first born. Where?
For you,
I go through a lot
married to a last born, neither are you married to a first born. For you, ebu tueleze, okay, leo usichome sana So ebu tueleze getting married to a middle born. At least we have a last born. You are a middle born.
Yeah.
So at least now you will tell us how getting married to a middle born is. But let us start here. Getting married to a middle born who has an elder sister.
For me, there are benefits.
Okay.
Because
That is a good start,
yeah, because my husband here is born as the middle child, whereby he's surrounded by two girls. So first of all, you would know I'm treated well, because this man has grown up with girls, and he has treated girls for many years. Actually, that is something that made me attracted to him. Before even we became friends, we could afterwards. We could enter. We could go to a bus station. We are about to board a bus, and kama kuna watu wako nyuma yangu hata hawajui, and they are women, he could move. Hata nikishaingia he can't until hao wanawake wote waingie. And I said, aha, this is something, you know. So when I came to venye nilianza kusoma background yake, I discovered this man has grown up with girls. So I started seeing how he was treating the sisters, the mother, and that is something that made me get attracted to him. And being a middle child who was born as a second born, for me I think it's an advantage, because as a first born, tena nikipata first born, hey, tutapigana, tutachomana completely, because people don't know I'm the loudest. He's the silent person. Ni vile tu kwa show anafaa to make noise, but he's the silent person, I'm the loudest. So most firstborns, they are never silent. So personally, I think it was an advantage to me to get married to a second-born. Because now if I happen to be loud, he needs to tame me. Ningeolewa maybe na first-born, I don't have an experience of them, but I know I've been in past relationships with first-borns before I got married, and I tell you, it was crisis every now and then. So I think for me it worked out as an advantage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alionamba kutritiwa sana.
Sasa daddy gift.
Yes.
Wacha achome. Wacha kuchomea kwanza.
Amesema baadaye.
Amesema baadaye.
Oh.
Daddy
Hii show isiishe mpaka
Daddy
uchome.
gift. So for you, getting married to a middle born, mwenye ako na older brother, right?
Yeah, and a
Older
sister.
brother and a sister. Na wewe sasa wewe ndio baby wa nyumbani. Now you're married to someone.
Now, first, nihurumie in this sense. I'm from a very religious background. So me, I never saw my father and my mother expressing anything called love. Whether in talk, whether in public, or holding hands, or discussing matters concerning that, I've never sijawahi ona wakihug. So me, I have no template of how they walikuwa na sijui template. Mi sina template ya kutoka kwa wazazi wangu on how, you know, a couples, you know, because of religion. So then the other part ya kuhurumiwa, nimegrow na maboy watano kwetu, kwa sita maboy wa sita, one lady. So sijui nini, so ni maboys. No, with boys it's every man for himself.
And God for us all.
Good for us all. So it's always fights, it's always chaos, because boys will always be boys. So that was a disadvantage, because the only sister I had, yeye ndio anafanya kila kitu, yeye ndiye anataka, she wants to be the mother of all. So at the end of the day unakuta pia mother on the other side anatukalia, hapana, hawezi fanya kazi, pia nyifanyeni. So siku enjoy privileges of being at your last born. I wouldn't say at I was at nili Greek tunasemanga kunanio. I wouldn't say I was pampered as a last born, because me, I started playing football when I was in class 8. So most of the time I was outside the house. Then growing up in Eastlands, being a footballer, you're exposed to a lot of things. Guys that have different, mindset, different, say about relationships. Then so nimewekwa ile ugeto. So ongeza dini na ugeto. Alafu boys.
It's a problem.
And then you're in a relation, then you come and meet a very well organized lady. That is so responsible. Yani so responsible ati anaweza serve food before mkule aende aoshe vyombo zenye ametumia kuserve ndio akuje mkule. And you're like, babe, kuja tukule. Ati wacha tu nioshe hiki diko ni kama. So unakuta, and I'm like, you're too organized. Me is just way.
Sufuria ilikuwa inakaa 3 days
kijana. Inakaa siku 3 hapa ndo. So it was a lesson for me to fit in and learn. Alafu sasa tumekaa kwa house, so me si responsible. There is an easy possibility of now taking advantage.
True.
So when kukaa kusoti. When kukaa
kujia na maji.
Nikuje na maji. Kwa leo jakam na maji. And she's very obedient. Masai culture is very interesting. Ladies are very obedient. Hata amkambio tulienda place. Akasabu kila mtu yeye hajakula. Ngamza mbona weki chakula? Na kwetu
zima kila mtu
fai kukula kama wanaume hajakula. I'm like, wewe acha hizo. So when you meet such, it's a learning experience. So through her influence, now you start learning, and unataka pia wewe catch up. You want to be there, you want to reciprocate, you want to help, so you get to learn. So you are adopted easily hapa na pale, so you start also being responsible. Ndio pia usikae ni kama
usikae kama
so ijakuwa rahisi.
Wow. Especially your part here, we did not see our parents love one another. They did not express any form of love.
Hata ungeona The Bold and the Beautiful ikianza tu hivi
kipindi ya watu wakubwa.
Unajua hiyo ndio kiu ya kulala.
So we needed to learn in our own way. So guys out there, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Elevate TV Kenya and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Connect with us. Just talk to us. Tell us what you think. For you who is a firstborn, for you who is a lastborn, for you who is a middleborn. Able to be, how was it for you? How is it for you? Maybe you were there and you're wondering, kwa nini wife ni responsible hivyo? Labda ni Masai. Now you know. Now you know. Maybe unashindwa kwa nini she's always bossing you around. Maybe ni firstborn. Huko umeangalia vizuri. So do not touch that dial. We want to go for a break. Time is really running. Yeah? We want to go for a break. When we come back, I want us to discuss on 2 aspects: space and money. Kwa sababu hizo zinaharibu ndoa nyingi sana. Space and money. Me, I want my space and I have my money. I want my space and I have my own money. So I do not want to be touched. But before we even go for that break, you have touched on something, Danny Gift. Now I want to bring it here. I don't know if you saw your parents expressing love in any form, either waliambiana, walihagiana. I don't know if you have seen that. But for me, I have not seen. Wacha tusikie kama wewe labda uliona ndio maana unalipendanga vizuri hivi. Maybe you are just reciprocating what you saw.
Yeah. Actually, my parents are my role model in marriage. Yeah, they are my first because I have seen them. They have been married for 31 years. So I have seen them all along, and ni vile tu hawakuwa na ile expression ya kisasa, you know, yo kuhug mbele ya watoto and stuff. There was nothing like that, but I could see the way sometimes my dad could tell my mom, you rest, I want to cook for you today. He serves us. In fact, he washes the utensils. Again, every morning before we woke up, we could find water is hot for bathing. My dad could tell us, no, mama yenyu amechoka sana Saturday, mimi ndio namsaidia Sunday, you know.
Maisha
So
London.
I could, yeah,
good
so I
learning
could,
experience.
that is something I used to see on my, I have lived in our house before I got married for 26 years. I have seen it for those 26 years. And in fact, I started saying I want to get married when I was, I think I was 6 years. That is when I started saying I want to get a husband. Because now I used to see my dad, I used to see how my dad used to...
Ndio mlikuwa mnaiba ya mademu na kakaga.
I used to wear my mother's gown.
You see, I knew.
By then, Kikumba, yeah, I used to do it because I loved how their marriage, it might be analog, but I loved how their marriage was. Because I could see what mile each one of them could go for each other. Unaona. You could find sometime, my mom, ako so devoted. You know, if you see a devoted wife to, or a submissive wife to the husband, she must be loved well. Kwa sababu wale watu hawapendwi vizuri, there is nothing to reciprocate to. So you could find my mom anatuambia, no, you sleep, I'll wait for your dad here until I don't know what time. Then at around 3 a.m. we hear them laughing. You know, those kind of things. Yeah, so personally, I saw my parents love each other when I grew up.
Wow, Lori, wacha tukulete. Dani Gift, mimi na Dani Gift tulizaliwa same background, same WhatsApp group. Same WhatsApp group. Now, you said that you are a daddy's girl to some extent. Did you ever see your daddy do or say anything that portrayed love to your mom?
Yeah.
You did?
Up to today.
That's
As
why I can
in,
attest up to today.
Up to date.
You know, I usually wonder, ooh, she's so privileged. And every day, haiwezi isha kama hata wajaongea.
Wow.
The mother will call separately. The father will call separately. Where to? So I have seen, I can attest to her mother and father. I actually look at them and I envy them. You know how they handle, they treat each other. You know, it's just amazing. And that's why nasemanga hapa, bro, Mungu alinijenga.
Alikujenga sawa sawa. So out there, I don't know if you have role models. There are people whose parents are role models, and we really thank God. My parents are also my role models in different ways. They might not have gotten to that point ya kwambiana I love you or bringing flowers, but they did something.
Yeah,
the fact that they stayed together up to this point is something. Up to tomorrow, they are still together. So out there, do not touch that dial. You can attest. This topic is not. It cannot be finished. It cannot. We are only touching. We are only scratching. Then we start the conversation in the next shoot. So do not touch that dial. Keep it Elevate TV Kenya, advancing Kingdom lifestyle. We are coming back after the break.